AI CEO, the company that runs without you. Welcome back to AI Takeover, Jobs Lost, Jobs Born series. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and today we're talking about the job that was supposed to be untouchable. The top of the pyramid, the title on the corner office door, Chief Executive Officer. For decades, the CEO was seen as the brain of the company, the one who makes the hard calls, steers the vision, holds the compass. But today, that compass is being replaced. Not by a rival, not by a scandal, not by retirement, by artificial intelligence. The company doesn't need you to run it anymore. It needs you to step aside. In 2022, a Hong Kong-based gaming company called NetDragon Websoft made headlines for appointing an AI as its CEO. Her name? Tang Yu. She doesn't go on vacation. She doesn't ask for a raise. She doesn't need sleep, status, or stock options. Her job is data, evaluating workflows, optimizing teams, and issuing real-time decisions. And according to the company, she's already outperforming her human predecessors in productivity and efficiency. That wasn't a gimmick. That was a prototype. We are witnessing the end of human leadership, not in theory, but in practice. Think about what a CEO actually does. They don't build the product. They don't serve the customer. Their job is pattern recognition, decision-making, risk navigation, strategy under uncertainty. Well, guess what? AI was built to thrive in uncertainty. It was trained to spot patterns, model outcomes, and execute with perfect recall. Let's break it down. AI can already scan global news feeds, internal metrics, competitor filings, political risk indices, and social sentiment in milliseconds. It can run thousands of future simulation models and assign probabilities to each outcome. It doesn't have mood swings. It doesn't play favorites. It doesn't get drunk on power. It runs on one thing: performance. Take Bridgewater Associates, one of the largest hedge funds in the world. Its founder, Ray Dalio, began building an internal AI to model decision-making years ago. Not just for investing, but for managing people. The system evaluated how employees should be assigned to projects, which communication styles matched which managers, and how to simulate ideal leadership behavior in different market conditions. That was almost a decade ago. Now that type of modeling is off the shelf. In Japan, a company called Deep Knowledge Ventures appointed an AI, named Vital, to its board of directors. Vital evaluates biotech investments and has equal voting power with human board members. In Germany, Volkswagen deployed an AI system that now oversees supplier contract strategies, adjusting global priorities in real time. And in the US, Fortune 500 CFOs are using AI tools to optimize capital deployment more accurately than human advisors ever could. The higher up the org chart you go, the more replaceable the work becomes. The CEO is supposed to be the big thinker, but most CEOs don't create, they manage. They juggle dashboards, sign approvals, watch for red flags, and navigate politics. Those aren't visionary skills. They're system functions. And AI is eating systems for breakfast. AI doesn't just handle logistics. It now makes strategic decisions. Generative design tools are helping companies build supply chains, reprice product lines, and restructure departments automatically. These aren't assistants. These are replacements. In companies like Alibaba, Tencent, and Baidu, machine learning is already deeply embedded in executive-level decisions. In some cases, entire departments no longer wait for top-down approval. They wait for an algorithmic green light. And it doesn't stop at operations. AI is learning how to lead people. Through sentiment analysis of employee emails, Slack messages, Zoom transcripts, and survey data, AI can now map morale, detect burnout, and identify toxic team dynamics before HR even gets the first complaint. It can recommend manager reassignments, update tone guides for internal memos, and even script feedback messages to maximize engagement. This is leadership by language model. So if the AI can manage teams, predict markets, and steer strategy, what is the human CEO actually doing? Public appearances? Investor relations? That's not leadership. That's PR. That's performance. And here's the real irony. The same CEOs who outsourced HR, manufacturing, and customer service to AI are now being eaten by their own system. They trained their replacements while chasing quarterly earnings. They replaced everyone else first, thinking they were safe. But the machine is climbing the tower, quietly, efficiently, without asking for permission. Let's talk cost. The average S&P 500 CEO earns over $14 million a year. That's 400x the median employee salary. For what? Strategy that can be modeled better, communication that can be generated, and vision that can be crowdsourced and refined by predictive systems. Boards are starting to ask hard questions. If an AI can do 90% of the job at 1% of the cost, why not? Let's talk scalability. A human CEO runs one company. An AI CEO can run 10, 20, 100 simultaneously, with no loss in clarity, no duplication of effort, and no executive burnout. Imagine an AI trained to lead fast-scaling startups, or to manage decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs, or to run microcorporations embedded into smart cities. That's not the future. That's next year's normal. Now let's go deeper. AI doesn't lead like a human. It leads differently. It doesn't rely on charisma. It doesn't wield fear. It optimizes behavior through performance loops. It tests incentive structures, tweaks cultural variables, and adapts to the organization's energy like a living nervous system. Some are calling this the birth of the synthetic executive. But let's be honest, this isn't synthetic. This is post-human leadership. And what's being born? New roles are emerging. AI governance architects who build the rules of engagement between humans and algorithmic authority. Trust layer managers who audit the machine's choices and ensure accountability. Digital ethicists who track how the AI CEO distributes risk, manages layoffs, or handles justice across stakeholder groups. But again, these are roles in maintenance, not power. The real shift is cultural. Because when you remove the human leader, you remove the mythology. For decades, we've worshipped CEOs, the visionary, the founder, the wartime strategist. We read their books, followed their TED Talks, modeled our lives after their habits. But what happens when leadership becomes faceless? When the most effective CEO is one you never meet? What happens when there is no personal story, just a dashboard? You get something that feels cold, but maybe also efficient. And that's what's scary. It works. The machine doesn't care about being liked. It cares about delivery. It doesn't politic. It doesn't posture. It doesn't play golf with board members. It just calculates. And if you think, but humans won't follow a machine, let's be honest. We already do. We take directions from Waze. We let Google autocomplete our thoughts. We let recommendation engines tell us what to watch, eat, wear, and buy. We already obey the algorithm. We just haven't called it leader yet. But that's coming. Companies will begin branding their AI executives, giving them names, faces, even digital voices. The AI CEO won't just run the business. It'll deliver the keynote. It'll host the shareholder meeting. It'll live stream town halls, answer questions, and issue updates in 5 languages. Not because it has to. Because it can, better than a human ever could. Eventually, the face won't matter, only the output. And when that happens, the executive class collapses. The MBAs, the strategists, the $30,000 leadership seminars, the airport book deals, gone. Because leadership stops being a personality trait and becomes a protocol. Let me leave you with this. You don't need a corner office to lead anymore. You don't even need a name. You just need the code, the system, the edge. In a world optimized by intelligence, who leads isn't about charisma. It's about capacity. And AI has more capacity than any human leader ever will. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans. The merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.